Now we will discuss some MCQs on depreciation. First one is depreciation is the process of, as the depreciation is not a process of valuation but a process of allocating the cost of fixed assets over its useful life. Every year, a part of asset cost is treated as expense, and this allocation helps to match the cost of the asset with the revenue it generates, and that is why this process is allocation process. Next question: depreciation is charged on which type of assets? As depreciation applies only to fixed assets such as building, machinery, and vehicles, these assets are useful for many years and lose value over time. So, current assets like cash and stocks are not depreciated, and that is why depreciation is charged on fixed assets. Third question: which of the following is not a cause of depreciation? So, assets lose value due to wear and tear, passage of time, and technology changes. These reduce the value. However, appreciation means increase the value of the assets, and that is why appreciation is not the cause of depreciation. Next one: depreciation appears on which side of profit and loss account? So, depreciation is an expense. All expenses are debited in profit and loss account. Since depreciation reduces profit, it is shown on the debit side of the profit and loss account. The main purpose of providing depreciation is, so depreciation ensures that cost of an asset is spread over the years. So this matches the expenses of using assets with the income earned from it. Therefore, it follows matching concept. So the main purpose of providing depreciation is to match cost with revenue. Depreciation reduces the depreciation reduces the book value of an asset from year to year. As the asset becomes old, the value of in the balance sheet decreases, and that is why depreciation reduces the value of fixed assets. Which method charges equal amount of depreciation every year? So, in straight line method, the annual depreciation amount remains constant because cost is divided equally over the useful life, and that is why straight line method is the right answer. Next one: under which method depreciation is calculated on the book value of assets? So, written down value method applies a fixed rate of depreciation on reducing balance of the asset. Every year, depreciation is calculated on new book value, and that is why written down value method is the correct answer. Next one is, which method results in decreasing depreciation every year? Since depreciation is charged on reduced balance every year, the amount automatically reduces over the time, and that is why we know that a written down value method is the right answer. Next one is, under straight line method depreciation is equal to, so what is the formula of depreciation? Depreciation, the right answer of this question is cost minus scrap value divided by useful life. Why? Because the total depreciable amount is the cost minus the scrap or residual value. This total value is divided by useful life to determine equal yearly depreciation, and in straight line method we know that there is a equal yearly depreciation. Depreciation on mines and quarries is calculated using which method? So depletion method is used for mines. Natural resources such as minerals, coals, oil reduces as is extracted. Their depreciation is calculated based on quantity extracted, known as depletion method. Next question: which method is approved by Income Tax Act for depreciation? So, for tax purpose in India, the Income Tax Department specifies that depreciation should be calculated using written down value method, and that is why WDV is the right answer. If the scrap value increases, the depreciation amount under SLM will. So, under straight line method, depreciation depends on cost minus scrap value. If the scrap value is higher, depreciation amount becomes lower, resulting in lower annual depreciation. So, B, decrease is the right answer. Next one is, when depreciation is not shown separately, asset account is. So, if a separate depreciation account is not maintained, depreciation is directly deducted from the assets by crediting the asset account, and that is why credited. Next, revaluation method is used generally for. So, the answer is loose tools. Loose tools are numerous and small items. Their exact depreciation is difficult to calculate, so their value is simply revalued at the end of each year. Next, depreciation is as we know, depreciation is non-cash expenses. Next one is annual depreciation under WDV method. So the right answer is decreases every year, because the base value reduces every year. Applying the same rate results in decreasing amounts. So depreciation amount becomes smaller year by year. Provision for depreciation account is shown on liability side of balance sheet. So provision for depreciation is like a reserve created to accumulate depreciation amount over the years, and that is why it is shown on liability side of balance sheet. Which method shows the highest depreciation in 1 year? So WDV method shows highest depreciation in the first year as it reduces year by year. And last question, depreciation begins when? So the answer is B, asset is installed and put to use. Depreciation is charged only when the assets is used in business. Buying the asset is not enough. It must be installed and ready for use as per accounting